and ready to put out, though I still have a lot out there. Hi, it's Robbie from Southern California. I'm coming to my members first right now because I want you to know something. Let me get this filled. All these feeders I'm washing for the hummingbirds to go out for the evening have already been bleached and scrubbed this morning. I'm just going to make a little bit of soapy water so I can stick my toothbrush in that I use and rewash these. What I'm coming to you for right now, I hope you can hear me with the water on because I need to get this done, is Walmart's got some sort of super sale going on and they're not talking about it as far as I know. I haven't seen anything advertised. Nobody's talking about this. I looked to see if there was like a holiday sale, but we're not in any holidays yet. Oh my goodness, there's 100 birds in one spot. So I did go into Walmart today and talk to them because I am suspecting that right now, this is also just for the hummingbirds, not for our dishes. I'm also suspecting that it might be Aldi. And it could be multiple stores. I've seen them do it with Amazon, and I've seen them do it with a few other different companies. Now, I don't know if this will help any of you, but let me tell you what's going on. I started looking at some of the products that I buy and I happen to like because we eat a lot of our own food out of the garden. And I started seeing prices I have never seen before. Well, I shouldn't say that. 30 years ago? Here's an example. I really like this product of theirs. This is a great value, gluten-free cream of mushroom soup. Now you can do a lot with this besides using it as soup. This is the concentrated one. They have that one and I don't have it here, but they have a cream of chicken. Now Campbell's soup could be $2 a can, even the small one. And then I think they've got them on sale for about $1.50-ish. These are normally $2 a can because they're gluten-free. In other words, there's no flour in there. I go on last night and there's 68 cents a can. I'm looking, it's like, I haven't seen any of these soups that cheap, not in California, and I'm sure it's the same nationwide, that cheap, 68 cents. So I have ordered quite a few because I happen to like cream of mushroom soup. I can make chicken strata, which I make usually in the winter, which is with bread and chicken and cream of mushroom soup and whatever vegetables you've got, and then you put the bread on top with the cheese. Oh, it's too good. Okay, anyways, I use that. And then I can use this as simply as making soup. I usually fry up some onions and then I mix the soup in with that. So it's kind of like a French onion soup, but cream of mushroom soup. You can use the cream of chicken, of course, too. Sometimes I just make the soup and put it over a baked potato, something really simple. You can mix it in with your, oh, you know that. There's so much we can do with cream of mushroom. 68 cents. And this doesn't have a ton of chemicals. Some of the other ones have calcium sorbate, just all these different things. When you read it, it's like, whoa, and go look up what they do to you. This doesn't have a whole lot of stuff in it. So I wanted to come on to let you know. I asked them how long is this sale going on, and the guy told me they don't know. It's going to be a while, he said, which is a good thing because I haven't noticed that. They've also got the gluten-free. We're gluten-free, you know that. And it's not always gluten-free, but it just so happens this is what I'm noticing. Gluten-free macaroni and cheese. Is it the best thing in the world to eat? No, but you know, it's a side dish, something quick to add with whatever I'm cooking. Just a little over $1 a box. Anytime it's tagged gluten-free, it's usually double and triple. I was shocked on that. The other thing were their cake mixes. Now, this is why I think it's Aldi. Aldi, normally their cake mix, which I happen to like, and I've got them in the cupboard, I can do a lot of things with it. Make cookies out of it, cakes, whatever you want. They used to be about, they raised the price to about $3 and let's say $3.50. And I noticed the last time I went in there, it's like $3.05. I thought, oh, you rarely see things go down. Then I look at Walmart last night after I started seeing this, and I see they've got Krusties, which is a big name brand, normally $4 plus for a box of cake mix or whatever you want to do. And they've got their cornbread. That's where they're going to compete, I think, with Aldi, because Aldi's cornbread now is $3.05. They've got it down to like $2.72. That's like almost half price. started looking through the store, I found some, there was a gluten-free soy sauce. There was hot sauce I like. It just so happens I like the Del Taco hot sauce. There was a whole bunch of stuff reduced. You really have to go through it. As I walked through, I saw all these tags, and I came home and I ordered some of the stuff I wanted because a lot of things they didn't have in the store. They had very few of these soups. I have not seen the soup that cheap in a long time. So what I'm coming on to tell you is, if you're a Walmart shopper, and I know a lot of you are and a lot of you are not, I buy the membership for the year. And let me tell you something, it's been a blessing because I don't have to go to the store. I used to run to the store all the time and waste hours a day, sometimes going out there and going shopping till you get parked, till you walk all over the store. They have something on sale. They put it on that end of the store. You go to the right aisle. No, it's on that end of the store. So you're kind of going all over the store. Now I can just have it delivered with a very small tip, and you're good to go. So it's been very helpful. And a lot of times if the store doesn't have it, they'll just bump it to another store and you'll get your order. Whether you're having it delivered, you have to, well, you don't have to spend, yeah, you still have to spend $35 to get your groceries delivered. But to get some cans of soup, if you're a member, sometimes 4 cans of soup and they'll deliver it. So that's what I wanted to come on and tell you. The pricing, there's something going on. And that's when they told me today when I talked to somebody, it's basically a price war with a store. And they wouldn't tell me what store. I'm suspecting it's Aldi. They're trying to compete. Here's the thing, Walmart grocery stores, the ones out here, are packed with everything. I mean, you walk into Walmart, I'm not saying they're all on sale. You're going to find everything and anything you need. You go to Aldi, it's very small, compact, but it's got your basic stuff. So I think Walmart's trying to outdo Aldi. So this is kind of a shout out. Go check that out and see if there's anything that you're looking for, that if you belong to them or you shop there, and see if the prices is kind of like unbelievable. I mean, I spent a lot of money there today because there were so many things that were cheaper than I have seen in years. But this has actually been one of the biggest, these cans of soup, because they're so versatile. There's so much you can do. Sometimes, especially in the winter, it gets really cold and I'm working outside and I come in and just want something warm. This is perfect. You just heat it up. You've got, you put a little cheese on top. Make croutons on top with I do it with gluten-free bread. Why are we gluten-free? It's not a fad. It's got a real reason. For me, I have arthritis. I have it in my hands. I've got arthritis, that's what the doctors say, in my hips. I've got it in my back. So I've got it throughout my body. When I eat flour, a lot of times people get inflammation. I get inflammation from that. So by eating without flour in there, and there's a few other things, barley, rye, but the point is, you don't get that inflammation. Because I started going, this was like 8 years ago, whenever it was, 9 years ago, I started having problems. I noticed it in my pinkies and it was very sore. And when I went to the doctor, they checked it and they said, well, you have arthritis. And I said, now what? There's nothing to do. Take Tylenol, take Motrin. Now they don't even want you to take that. So the first thing I did, well, I shouldn't say I did it. Gary went gluten-free. He got the whole story on that. And he had a lot of stuff going on. He did it because he never had a sense of smell. His back would break out. He would break out, just like acne and all this. He doesn't do that anymore. He has a sense of smell now. I've told the whole story. That's another story for another time again, if you want to hear it. But when he gave it up, I started cooking for him. And then it got to the point, well, why am I cooking for me and cooking for him? Because I do basically almost all the cooking here. I decided to just change the whole thing up. What's the difference? So I looked and saw what I could do and I went gluten-free. And then all of a sudden, you don't really notice it at first. All of a sudden it's like, hold on. My hands don't hurt. I can move again, and you notice that you don't have the inflammation you had before. So at that point, as soon as I noticed that, I just gave it up too. So I'm gluten-free for a reason. And you can look up that. There's a lot of stuff on that. So anyways, gluten-free became kind of a fad where if it said gluten-free on it, it was worth more money. It shouldn't be worth more money. You can replace it with potato flour or potato starch and different things. They don't need to use wheat flour. But the point is, because they had to put that label, and When they do say gluten-free, they've got to be inspected on that, so they have to pay extra. So that's why things were more money. It doesn't matter what it was. But this is the only reason I'm actually coming on right now. I've got so much to do. Is I wanted you to check that out. See if there's any products that you use that you want to stock up on, because I'm a big stocker when it comes to food products. And now we're in fall. We're still quite warm. But before we know it, in the next month or two, it's going to get really cold. It'll be cold all through December, January, February, and into March. That's when I use more soup. I like making soup from scratch as well. But I kind of missed my cream and mushroom. I didn't spend, it was like a lot of money, $2 a can. So I make it here and there for 68 cents a can. I can afford to make it every day, which I probably won't make every day. But there's, like I said, there's so much we can do with it. You can pour it over biscuits if you make biscuits. Yes, I make biscuits. I make pizza, everything gluten-free. So that's why I'm coming to you. Look around. Check and see if they've got some products that you really like, that you really enjoy using and keeping, because this is how you save money. If I'm saving, let's say, just $1 a can. It's more than that. But let's say I'm saving $1 a can. For every 10 cans I save, you know, by buying it now, I'm saving $10, $20. You could save a fortune. The macaroni and cheese. I will tell you right now, it's not the best with powdered cheese. Who knows what they put in it. But it's kind of like a little side dish, and then I do a whole lot with it. After I cook that up, I add in sometimes my own cheese. I put in shrimp. I buy shrimp. Gary will not allow me, he will eat, I should say, any shrimp from certain countries because he knows how they're raised. Oh, there was a whole thing on PBS on that. After that, I didn't want to eat it either. But Walmart's got a shrimp. They're called salad shrimp. I shouldn't tell my secret because people are going to run in there and grab it. You get a big bag for $8 because they're super tiny. But I will go ahead, I buy them, I keep them in the freezer. I take maybe a third of a bag out. I still cook them, even though they're pre-cooked, ready for salad. Kind of simmer them really quick on the stove. I drain them with one of my strainers, and then I add them to the macaroni and cheese. Sometimes I add peas, sometimes I add greens from the garden, whatever I want. It's so good to add in there, and it's just kind of a side dish. And then the dogs like to get a little bit, just a little bit of macaroni and cheese. But again, a box of gluten-free macaroni and cheese for $1.27. I don't understand that, because you can't even get a bag of gluten-free noodles for that price, let alone a box and the whole setup. So look through, because I don't know what you eat. It doesn't have to be gluten-free, but start checking the prices right now. Just because he told me it's going to be a while, I could look tomorrow and they may have switched it to something else. Let's say Aldi goes and I don't have anything, decides to put something really big that's a big seller on a sale, like it's kind of a sale or a new special, Walmart will bump right in there. I see this with camera products when I'm buying something. I'll see Amazon and Walmart all of a sudden drop the camera product for really cheap, kind of like the microphones I was dealing with. Then you find out that B&H back east, which is a big camera store, dropped it. So everybody's got to drop it because they want to be just as good as them, and sometimes they'll drop it $1 below just to be better. So if you go to Google it, it will show you the cheapest price, and that bumps them up to the top. And I think that's what they're doing. So if you Googled, let's say, gluten-free cream and mushroom soup, right now it's not going to go to the other grocery stores. It's only going to show you Walmart first, especially if you're looking for the best price. So that, I think, is what's going on. Maybe you guys heard about a big food war going on, but I'm going to tell you that was a great deal, and I better get some more before I post this video. So that's it. I'm going to get this all washed. Like I said, it was all bleached this morning and cleaned. Do the same way, clean it all up. During the day, all I have to do now is give it a good wash, and then everything I wash, once it's dried, and it should be semi-dried, but it's going out right now. I have to dry it. I just load it into the tub, so it says clean on it, and I know everything in here is clean, and then all I have to do is grab it. I've got to make some more hummingbird food and just fill everything up, get everything out, and let these birds do their thing until sundown, which is now about, I know it's before 7, but they're sometimes feeding till about 10 after 7. Some of them might just get there at 7:15. They don't have good eyesight for night flying, so they don't feed in the dark. So they'll be already in trees by then, but I want them to have enough food now. And I have noticed with all the flowers we've planted around here, they don't even have to feed as much as they used to until the big numbers come in, which should be at any time. We've got quite a few, but this has worked out really well. I'm looking at them. They're loaded out there. So I'm going to get this out. I hope I've given you some tips and ideas. Just go through and see. And maybe if you're shopping at Target or another store, see if there's something going on there where you see prices that you've never seen before. Because I can't remember when you would see this. Maybe 25 years ago they would, or 20 years ago, they may have a sale with some of these canned soups, 2 for $1, and that's not, I don't even know if it was 20 years ago. That was cheap. Used to stock up on that. 68 cents. And this is concentrated, so you're going to put in a can of water or a can of milk. That is a really good deal. So I'm getting back to work. Hope I gave you some tips and ideas. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Hope you still have hummingbirds, and if you don't worry. They'll be back before you know it, and I'll share my hummingbirds all through the fall and winter and into the spring until you've got them. And of course, I'll be gardening too and going bargain shopping, even for food. Bye-bye. Okay, I got to get this done. Ay, ay, ay. I don't know if you can see them. I love having them feed in the window. It's too busy now to have another hummingbird build a nest here, but when they first started, he built that nest here and he stayed there for 2 years. The first year he had 3 nests, and the second year she had 3 nests. When she came back the last time, she took it apart and built it on the other side. Okay, guys, I can never get anything done when I have to sit and watch you.